Yo guys, welcome back. Week 7 of the DMR podcast preview show here. As always, I've got Richie here with me.
What's happening?
No Dell again this week. I've been told by sources that he's afraid of giving away anything to Michael this week, and that's why he don't want to show his cards early, so that's why he's keeping stum this week.
He's a snaky son of a bitch. He can use information against you.
Exactly. So yeah, just the usual little crack. We'll have a small little look over the waiver wire. I don't think there's anything major from it this week, and then obviously we'll do our own little mini recap from the previous week, and then we're just going to jump straight into the week 7 preview show. I'm afraid, Richie, I don't think we can just jump in straight away without getting just having a brief look back. Obviously, we'll touch more on it in the recap, but I think just get the raw reaction now of job out of the win this week against John.
That shit hurt. Yeah. I was 100% right. I'm gonna lose. Like Zeke has to get like 5 points, and he's clearly got to get 5 points.
I know. Jesus.
And then I went to sleep. I had work the next morning, so I just went to sleep. I was like, yeah, fuck it, don't care. I've already lost. Woke up, checked my phone, and I was like, no way, Zeke blew it. And I was so happy. I was like, what are the chances that he blows a game that bad? And then stack correction.
Did you ever figure out what cost you?
We're pretty certain it's a Mahomes fumble that took 2 points off him.
I don't remember him fumbling it, to be honest. I watched most of that game. I don't remember him fumbling. Maybe it's a conspiracy.
It was either him or the defense.
Mm.
But like, I can't really say much for the defense. They still scored 15 points, and like they've done amazing.
Yeah,
it sucks, but shit happens. I'll get over it.
It is what it is. Yeah. So we'll just jump straight in here to waivers. Anything that really sticks out from you here? I don't think there's any big drop or anything like that.
By the looks of it, it's just a lot of we have players on. There's a lot of kickers, so I imagine it's a lot of my kickers on a bye week, so I need a different one.
Yeah,
it's exactly why I picked up a kicker and I picked up a defense, because both of mine are on a bye week.
Yeah,
Gus Edwards. That's a sketchy one.
Well, it's just kind of to see how Mark Ingram's ankle really is. Is he going to be okay after the bye, or is he going to be a nagging injury? So I kind of just picked up a bit, and then obviously Scott, I think, was the best player available this week, so I just picked him up because Miles Sanders is out for a couple of weeks, I think. So we'll definitely have a few easy enough matchups upcoming, so I said I'd pick him up, and I probably won't play him this week and just see how he gets on tonight against the Giants, and then if he looks good, slot him in next week or something like that.
Yeah. And the only other one then is the drama of Rob dropping the butt kicker.
Wasn't messing around. He got too used to having kicker of the week Denny Carlson that as soon as kicker missed another PAT, Rob was just having none of
it. He also picked up Derek Carr, and now the Raiders game is not looking good.
Yeah, I know, it's a strange one. Like, he had Carson Wentz at first, and I thought he was a pretty decent player to play against the Giants tonight, but then he strangely went with Derek Carr, which is a very weird decision considering what the defense just did to Aaron Rodgers at the weekend gone by. So
yeah, and John has picked up Antonio Brown, who has yet to get a team.
He's 2 games away from finishing up suspension, so I don't know. I put the little thing in the chat about him, Adam Schefter saying teams are already looking to be interested in him, but I'd never had any intention of picking him up myself. So
yeah, in fairness, I probably would have waited till closer to the time.
Yeah,
he's too unpredictable. That's his problem.
Yeah, that's it.
He might start for a team, then he'll decide he doesn't like them and does not play.
Yeah, but it's Toxic going to end up in Seattle, which would be an interesting place considering that's already got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf there. So he's probably going to, if he ends up going to Seattle, he's probably going to end up taking targets off one of those 2 lads.
That's true.
It wouldn't be good for me or us. And then I suppose the most recent one there, John picked up Gio Bernard earlier on. I think that's just a pick-up play. Joe Mixon hasn't practiced the last couple of days, so I think it's just on stashing him in case Joe Mixon can't play this week.
Yeah, pretty much. I was thinking about doing the same myself. Just obviously wasn't quick enough. I saw, like, I was driving all day today, looked at my phone and went, Joe Mixon's out. John made a roster move. I was like, oh, he definitely picked up DMR Bernard. He did well after Joe Mixon dropped out of the game the other day, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I thought about it myself as well, but kind of like yourself, I kind of really dillied over it a bit too much, and then once I seen John made a roster move, I knew exactly what it was. So yeah, we'll just quickly move on to little mini recaps of the previous week. Obviously, we briefly mentioned yours there, myself, you, and John, but it's just rough.
Both teams completely shot the bed.
Yeah.
No one did that well other than James Conner and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, like it was just a week all around. It's kind of fitting that something like that happened with the matchup just because it was such a messy.
6-8. Oh, God, I can't even look at it. Yeah, that match didn't go well. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I thought I had some bad losses of the previous, but I think that's the first stat correct, like post, like a day or two after we've ever had.
Yeah. Like if it had happened the next day, like, oh, it was so soon, like fair enough. But happening that much after.
I know. Because like I was looking at me and John's matchup this week, and I was like, wait, I thought we were supposed to be both 2-4, and I was just thinking, punching me 3-3, and then never clicked with me that I thought he might have won another game before the one he already had, but
yeah,
but sure, we'll not talk about that any longer then. So I guess we'll move on to me and Rob.
Also painful.
Yeah, like I didn't have much expectations going into the week because obviously I picked against myself last week. But still, it wasn't nice seeing Aaron Rodgers just score 3 points.
Like, that's nuts. How the Tampa Bay defense did that to him is just nuts.
Yeah, like to be fair, on the open, like two opening drives he had, he looked very good because he ran a touchdown, but it was called back because he was down by contact on like less than 1 yard line. He run it in. I think they drive down after that, get a field goal. It was right after he threw the pick six. I think it really kind of shook him. Then he threw like an interception like a couple of plays later.
Yeah.
I think after that he just wasn't right. I just don't think he was spooked a bit at the 100% at the vapors.
15 out of 35. That's not good.
That's not Rodgers' numbers at all. So I'm just putting that down as a bad week. Luckily enough, it happened this week. Even if he did score like 30 points or something like that, still wouldn't have been enough. So it's just a case of sure. The only players of mine that actually showed up was kind of Lindsey Diggs and then Dolphins defense. But the Dolphins defense shut out New York Jets, but then Buccaneers on the bench still end up scoring more points than them. So, but yeah,
oh my God,
yeah, it was a bit mad just how mad that game was. But let's just talk about Rob's team a bit. Like Rob's team was carried about by just all those garbage time points for Justin Jefferson, and then Lamar Jackson finally coming back and having one of his good games where he just gets like 100 yards rushing and a touchdown.
Yeah, like between Lamar Jackson, AJ Brown, and Justin Jefferson, that's where all his points came from. Yeah, although a little bit from David Johnson as well.
Yeah, it was like right in the period, like towards the end of the early games, where Jefferson got like a 60-yard garbage time touchdown, and then AJ Brown got like a touchdown as well in the Tennessee game, which was like, I think the two scores combined maybe got him about 25 points, and then kind of like at that stage I was kind of cooked in this. I don't think I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
But again, I wasn't expecting much last week. I was ravaged by eyes and injuries and COVID and all that crack. So
yeah, this week
this isn't looking to bounce back next week. Obviously, got very lucky with everybody losing in the Irish division, so didn't lose any ground, didn't gain any ground. So as we were. Um, maybe.
All three of us had bad weeks. Dell had an absolute shit as well.
Oof. Not even that. It's just Derek Henry, man. Oof.
Derrick Henry's a monster.
He's
Ryan
bad.
Tannehill put up great numbers as well.
Yeah, it's amazing that like both of them both had really good games. Like usually, if like if like a particular person like pops off of one team, like and usually say a running back gets like what Derrick Henry did, like 200 yards plus and 2 touchdowns, you'd expect the V score to be kind of low. Then Tannehill just put up fucking monster numbers as well. He scored 4 touchdowns himself.
Yeah.
And he didn't throw one of them to Henry either, so they fairly spread it around.
And in fairness, Deshaun Watson put up bigger than Tannehill, but it just, when you throw Derrick Henry on top, it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, sure. Look at it. Deshaun Watson nearly scored half of Dell's points, so that speaks for itself. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest
Jerry
of the team
Jeudy
really
scored
shit.
420.
That's some solace for Dell. I hope.
Giants defense putting up 16 points isn't bad at all.
Yeah, that was a nice stream from Hannah. All right.
Like she had two players do bad. The rest all did pretty good. Like Tyreek Hill and Eric Ebron. That's it. Yeah. The rest of our team all put up decent numbers.
Like if you can get away with scoring 140 points and Tyreek Hill scored less than 3 points, then you're fucking doing something right.
Yeah.
But yeah, jump on. I got Michael and Bads here next.
Yeah.
Julio's back for Michael, and then Clyde Edwards-Helaire might have got his only one big workload of the year now that Lev Bell's gone there. He got 26 carries, which I'm assuming that's the most he's had in any game so far this year.
I think so. He had a big game. There was just nothing but gaps in that Buffalo defense.
I know, Jesus. The commentators were saying that I think they were just kind of letting Kansas City run all over them instead of letting Patty Mahomes just have the lay of the land on the field. They were just saying, run on us, and then we're going to try to stop you when you get to the end zone, but obviously it didn't work out too well for them when it got to end that fair.
Yeah. If he had have played Matt Ryan with Julio, that would have been a massive stack.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if Michael was tempted to put Matt Ryan in, considering he picked him up so late. But then all the shit we gave him, I think he might have chickened out from starting Matt Ryan.
I'd say so. I honestly think that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
Because like Jared Goff against the San Francisco defense isn't going to be a great matchup for him.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He'll never admit it. I think he might have been peer pressured into not starting Matt Ryan because they all give a shit about it.
Where like Baz's numbers came from Kyler Murray and Ronald Jones. That's about it.
Yeah.
There's Steelers defense.
Yeah, Michael kind of got lucky that Julio and it's had such a bad week, because when you look at it, like Mike Gesicki, 0 points. Juju, it's 6 points. He's since been traded again to John for T. Higgins, so the man can't stay on a team for fucking 2 weeks.
He's like so sought after now. It's just like, Dad, I don't want you take, please.
Yeah, I don't get the appeal. I don't know why I think it's just name value at this stage, really.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't great last year. I know Big Ben was like nearly all of last year, but the only good year he had was when Antonio Brown was there.
Yeah.
Taking coverage away from him. Now he's doing that for the likes of Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool, so.
I suppose.
Right. Quickly jump into, I got Shauna and Connor here.
Yeah, I got it. It's gonna, It wasn't a bad match, but it was like, who did we predict to win this? Did we predict Connor?
I think we picked Connor, just because Shauna was kind of so ravaged out Russell Wilson, and
yes,
she had to start Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay from the same team.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton as well. I think we went Connor. Check the tape.
Will Fuller did all right for him, but other than that, he didn't have any like massive. Young Wei Koo put up numbers, 20 points from his kicker. Like,
It would have for him like nearly because he scored 17 points more than Greg the Leg, and there was only 15 points in it, so it made the difference.
Whereas all Shauna's numbers came from Kenyon Drake, Trey Burton.
Yeah, that's it. Over half. Trey Burton was a bit of a nice start from Sean, and so it was. Didn't see that coming. He's on a bye now, so. And last but not least.
T.Y. Hilton.
Then we got, Johners and then Mark. It was a bit of a surprise. I thought Mark was going to win this comfortable enough, but
yeah, and like he was due to have a bit of like a blowout, and like you would have expected Big Ben to put up about 13 points. He didn't throw any interceptions, and he put up like the team scored 38 points. You would have expected a lot more from him.
I think it was just that the Steelers got a lot of turnovers in kind of even territory. But like he was kind of getting the ball like already beyond halfway line a lot of times, and then obviously they were just either running it in on the ground or scoring. I think the defense might have got defensive score, but
yeah,
he really just didn't have to do much.
Had a big week.
Yeah.
So did Chase Claypool.
Yeah, he really didn't have that. He really wasn't asked to do that much. So. But yeah, DeAndre Swift was a real nice start from Johners, picking him up on that very strange trade that he did with Connor, literally a day or two beforehand with Zach Moss. Kind of made the difference because like Madison was very surprising he had such a bad game. I think it was just the game script got away from Vikings so early that they're down like 2 or 3 touchdowns within the first quarter and a half. So I just had to start throwing the ball then straight away. Wasn't much room for Madison to have a good game on the ground.
A lot of points on Mark's bench. I don't think any of them are enough to make a big difference. Other than, as you said, Matson and Cooper Kupp, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, like throwing in Joe Mixon instead of Matson and Deebo Samuel. That would have made it. That's 10, 20 points at that point. It wouldn't have been enough to win, but save face, definitely.
Yeah. But, yeah. Fortunate Canadian sweep from the boys over there across the pond.
Like 0.68.
Yeah,
not going to let the ball go for a while.
I don't blame you. That was tough.
All right, we'll jump into next week's games.
Yeah, we got a claw back this week, so I think from my looking at it here for podcasts, I think the Irish division is going to have a good week. We're going to claw back. Overall series.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
I don't want to start with your own.
Yeah, I suppose it's probably the most high-profile match of the week. I guess me, John, two-time winners going head-to-head.
And it's a 50-50 prediction.
I know, it's about as close as it can be, really, between the two goals. Like, there's like 3 points in it, according to the predictions.
Yeah, 0.3.
Oof.
So evenly matched.
I know. Like, I think I have the edge at wide receiver, I think. And he has the edge at running back. Definitely. Ezekiel Elliott, James Conner against Jacobson, Snowplow, Higgs, Chris Godwin, Lockett against Cooks, Juju, Harry, I think the upper hand there, wide receiver. He definitely has the upper hand at running back. I think Justin Herbert's going to keep slinging it, but I don't think Rodgers is going to play as bad as he did last week. He might be out to be looking to put a bit of we're hurting on Texas this week, so I expect Rodgers to bounce back. Well, I'm hoping he's going to bounce back.
Yeah, I'd say so. And like, if Deshaun Watson starts slinging it, then Rodgers is going to want to answer it.
Yeah, Yeah,
Have JJ Watt coming at him.
yeah, I have a feeling that's probably going to be a shootout that game. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, like I think I've been saying this. Like I think I have, like, on paper, like for name value, I think I've as good a starting team as anyone really in the league. But they just haven't started putting it together. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like if this team clicks and I start having good weeks, then I think I can go on a bit of a run. But if I don't win this week, I'm going to be starting to get a bit worried, to be honest.
I'm having the exact same problem. Like Mike Evans and DJ Moore should be putting way better numbers than they have been.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, it's very evenly matched. Hard to call. Do you have any
I
inkling?
genuinely haven't a clue who I would put in.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't think I'm going to change it. Like, I subbed in Boston Scott there for Josh Jacobs just
Hang on a
because.
second. These absolute pricks are calling me out for having 3 tight ends. John Hand has 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, like it's not a good sign for John. Like, I'm getting some 2019 vibes, 2019 vibes, like me vibes off John this year. I did way too much
3
trading last
quarterbacks.
year, way too much tinkering, and I don't know. I'm just getting some vibes.
I have 3 tight ends, but you can use 2 of them in 1 week.
Yeah,
Can't do that shit. You only use 1 quarterback at a time.
yeah. I think he has the same. I think he's thinking the same thing that when I had Matt Stafford on the bench. Like, he's too good of a quarterback just to give up for free. And like, he's traded for Cam Newton, so he has to commit to Cam Newton. But obviously, he's playing the 49ers this week, which isn't a great matchup. Justin Herbert has been kind of lights out. And to see why is anyway. So far when he's played, he's looked very good.
So who's your prediction?
And I'm gonna back myself. Like I said, I think a bounce back week for Irish division. So I'm gonna pick me. I think it's, but no real great confidence. But I think this team's due a big week. I'm hoping it's going to be this week. Matchups are there, I think.
Yeah, like, I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna really want to have a comeback from last week. But I think Zeke is gonna want to have a comeback from last week as well.
Yeah.
No,
Alice looked trash, so
yeah.
look very bad without Dak.
No, I'm gonna put my money on you. That's I think the Irish need to have a good week this week.
We need a
the
bounce
slot
back.
out, we need it, and the Cougars go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
We go for Dell and Michael.
Yeah, if you go down like that, I got next year as well. So
Again, it's pretty evenly matched. Oh, Matt Ryan is starting.
yeah, he's definitely. I think he's after last week's. So I think the Rams on bye maybe. No, they're playing. I suppose they're playing Chicago, so that's very good defense. So good,
Yeah.
smart decision to start Matt Ryan this week against the Lions. We're kind of talking about there already how we think that Deshaun Watson's going to get in a shootout with Green Bay. So
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll need something from his running backs if he wants to win this week.
Definitely, needs them to start putting up numbers, start getting touchdowns. Nuke has
Yeah.
been doing some good work, especially with Dalvin Cook out.
Yeah, he really needs to get by this week a win one of these 2 weeks so he didn't have Dalvin Cook. Like, if he can sneak a win out this week, like if John Singletary and Antonio Gibson can't get it done against Dallas and the Jets respectively,
Yeah.
and when else are they going to get it done? Like, they're the two of the worst defenses in the league at the minute. So
Yeah. Although in fairness, it's pretty handy that Dalvin Cook is going for a bye week this week while he's injured.
oh yeah. Extra week. I think like if it was a playoff game last week, then we could have played, but I think they just took precautions with him. Like, Viking season is pretty much already over as it is now, but it was better to keep him healthy long term than to fuck him up now short term.
True. I wonder how Edward Slayer is going to do this week now, and if Lev Bell's going to start this week.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering why Lev Bell wasn't able to play on the Monday night, but supposedly he had to, because of COVID, he had to
Yeah,
be
to get like
tested or something like that.
10 days in a row of negative tests before you're allowed even practice.
So yeah, that could have a bit of a bearing on this matchup. So.
Yeah, and it'll have to give him time then to like learn the plays and stuff. So I doubt they'll just throw him in the deep end. But at the same time, it's the NFL. Fuck knows what's going to happen.
Exactly. Fucking Andy Reid knows how to cook up some plays for players.
Yeah. Matt Ryan and Julio against Detroit. He's going for the handcuff.
Yeah, he's going for that stack.
Move.
Yeah, I like it as well. It could pay out in a big spot for him. You could easily get like 40, 50 points between those two lads by those two hooking up. But yeah, like you said, they're very evenly matched. Again, it's a very evenly matched game.
I think it's going to hinge on the Matt Ryan, Julio Jones handcuff.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Like, Matt Ryan put up great numbers last week. He's gone to shit the bed this week. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't had, like, he had a good start to the season. Like, he had 2 good weeks, 2 very bad weeks, then 1 horrific week, and now a good week. So,
who knows what he's due next?
Yeah. Actually, here we'll have a look at last season. Like, did he play Detroit last season?
Maybe.
He did not. I'm gonna say see how he did against them last season, but he didn't play them. Or the season before.
Guess it's just obviously teams play a different division every year. So
yeah, last time he played them was 2017, and he got 11 points.
Yeah.
That's not great.
I don't know if we can judge on a performance from 3 years ago, but yeah, I think it's going to come down to that stack and whether Lev Bell eats into how much he eats into Clive Edwards. Because even without that, Denver have been be frisky on defense this year.
Yeah,
Fangio, the head coach, knows how to set up a defense. So I don't know. I'm going to continue the theme of going Irish.
Probably, yeah, I have faith in Dale. I think you can do it.
Come down my better judgment. I picked Dell last week I probably shouldn't have, but I'm going to do it again this week. So yeah,
I got faith in Dell. I think his team can definitely put it together when they need to, and they need to.
If Gibson and Singletary both get in the double-digit points, and I fancy Dell. Yeah, I'm going Dell. Fuck it. Let's go Irish division.
He's got a handcuff of Deshaun Watson and Darren Fells, actually, which I like. Darren Fells has been putting on some good numbers.
Yeah, got a couple of touchdowns now a few weeks in a row, so he just hopes. But like, you look at it, we just gave Gronk. We made Gronk look like 2017 Gronk last week at the tight end position, so...
Don't talk to me about it.
But
I think in the WhatsApp group I made how I felt about that very clear. Oh, of course, the week he's sitting on my bench when I dropped him and picked him back up. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm starting this by saying I have a plan at running back. I can say it now because this isn't going to be out in time for them to hear it. I'm after putting in a waiver for Joshua Kelly.
Okay.
So he'll be taking Mark Ingram's spot hopefully tomorrow. If I get him, I am not high on the waiver, so I don't have faith. But I'm going to try. If not, I'm going to try some sneaky trades.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Richie, you need some fucking running backs. You only got 2 running backs on your roster. Mad.
I have 3. One of them's injured.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You need CMC back sooner than later, so you do.
Yeah. Also, week 13, Mike Evans and DJ Moore are both on a bye week.
Yeah, I've...
So as much as I need a running back, I also need wide receivers. But after this week, I'm only going to have one defense and one kicker because their bye weeks be finished.
Yeah, that's what's been like. Oh, a lot of my players for some reason, I don't know, just they all had early buys. I think nearly my whole team are off buys now, except Godwin. I think the Buccaneers defense, and then Godwin. I think all the rest of my team have had their buys now.
Yeah, that's I think. Eagles had their bye week already, didn't they?
No, they're going on buy after. Yeah, they're going on buy after this week.
Yeah, and
no,
week after that, then it's Paddy Mahomes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of.
Once they're done.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about this week?
I'm predicted to lose, which is a good sign because technically I had already won last week before I got banged by a stat crack. Like it technically follows, but not really. I think once I sort out a running back tomorrow, I'll feel better about it. But for the moment, I'm skeptical, to say the least.
Yeah, but Connor had some tough matchups, though. To be fair, so
that's the one good thing. Drew Brees against Carolina defense.
Yeah, it looks like Michael Thomas isn't going to be back this week, so at least you don't have to face Mickey Thomas.
That is very
true. He's struggling from.
Bodes well for Jared Cook if Michael Thomas is out.
That's a good shout, actually. Yeah. Are you going to start him? Are you?
I'm considering it. It depends on if Mike Evans is playing
for the double tight end stack.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But like, it's the risk of playing Deshaun Jackson. Like, do I risk playing him? Now, Zach Ertz is out, so that goes well for him, but he's done awful this season. Like, he played
Ertz
3 games.
Or Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson. Like, he's played 3 games and hasn't done much in any of them.
Yeah, like, it's hard to not think he might be past it at this stage, so he might have a bit of a decision to play. Then either, like, the thing with Deshaun Jackson, he's boom or bust.
Yeah, but that, like, he's big play dependent, and
that's it. Like,
the big plays that they've tried to make, the Eagles have not gone well.
Like you could bench him tonight, and then you could wake up and he could have 25 points in the morning easily, 2 big bomb touchdowns or something like that. So, I envy that decision, having to make that call, Rich.
There's a very good chance I'm playing 2 tight ends this week, especially if Michael Thomas is out. Then it'd be worth playing Jared Cook, but Robert Tonyan also could have a big
game. But then if you were to do that, you'd want to move Deshaun Jackson out of the flex.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, because if you leave him in, then he's locked into the flex, and then you can't take him out. So
yeah, but chances are he's going out of the flex, and Jared Cook's going in, just because I can't trust.
Yeah,
tough. So it'll be Robert Tonyan, who might not play, Gronk, who might not play. Laviska Shenault might not play. Mike Evans might not play. Mark Ingram is on a bye, but also injured.
Was it, like you were saying earlier on, it's a bad week for him to have his bye.
Yeah. But that's it, yeah. Like that's something at least. He doesn't have too many. He's just got the Colts defense on a bye. He hasn't got a whole lot of backup on his bench other than Michael Thomas, who probably isn't going to play, which is great.
No, yeah, I don't think he's officially being relied, but very unlikely with a hamstring strain or something like that. It'd be risky to play him.
Yeah, I'm going to put my. Honestly, I don't know how my running back situation is going to work, so for that, I'm going to put my money on Connor.
I'm going to continue the team here. I don't know if it's made it obvious or not yet what I'm going for here, but I'm going to go with you, Richie. I'm going. Say it now, Richie. Go for a reverse Irish sweep this week.
I really hope you're right.
Reverse Irish sweep. That's what I'm going for. So I'm picking you, Richie.
Nice.
Those Canadian lads.
You
called the Canadian sweep last week. I'm calling an Irish sweep this week.
All right. All right, we got the girl power matchup.
Yeah. I was listening to the lads pod earlier on. Right, yeah. I was listening to the lads pod earlier on. I was out for a walk, and they aptly called this the BC Bowl.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'll give them credit for that. Good title for it.
Yeah. Hannah has been doing ridiculously well.
Yeah.
The only team that has ever gone to the playoffs from Danny Thompson was picked by Hannah. And now she got to pick her own team, and she's
I know.
definitely going to the playoffs.
Yeah. My fucking my preseason call of 3 rookies making the playoffs. I'm gonna claim a Sessler on it if those 2 wins.
It's going to be incredible.
Johners and Hannah is looking pretty locked for playoff spots at the minute. They're 2 games ahead of Connor and John, who are 3-3. So, and saying that, like I said, I think kind of like I'm not just doing it for the meme or something like that. I do think I did have Shauna Down as winning this game because I think Tannehill and Henry going up against Pittsburgh, I think they're going to get slowed down. If one team's going to slow those 2 lads down, it's going to be Pittsburgh.
Yeah, definitely. They really have had an unbelievable run defense this year. So it's going to be a tough one for Derrick Henry to try and beat.
It's going to be a clash of Derrick Henry getting done against that team.
Yeah, and it would also make you think: are they going to use Derrick Henry as a distraction for someone else?
Yeah, but I like a lot of Donna's matchups this week. Russell Wilson's going to be back, so that's 25 points guaranteed. I expect.
No name, it's 40 points guaranteed.
Well, 25 points is like his floor. Like his ceiling is like 40 points. It's like his floor is 25 points.
Even just in their top 3 players each, that's some serious. Like Tannehill's been putting up great numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson's been putting up unbelievable numbers. Derrick Henry has been doing unbelievable. Aaron Jones has been doing unbelievable. Kenyon Drake's been doing well. Chris Carson's been doing well. Like that's some serious numbers from there.
I know, yeah. But I like Kenny G against Atlanta. I like Keenan Allen against Jacksonville. I'm just going for the fucking double stack again at wide receiver. Jesus Christ, Shaw. Fucking loves playing 2 wide receivers from the same team. It's the 3rd week in a row now, she thought.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, like I said,
Brown just got added to the injury report.
Yeah, I was literally going to say that. We can talk about that now whenever we get the Rob's matchup.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think they're looking at their I think they're both playing their best team available. I don't think there's anyone I would swap in instead of somebody else there.
No, maybe throw Jules in. I suppose against San Francisco is probably not a great match.
I think they're both playing their best available teams. And like I said, I'm going all Irish division this week, so my answer is Shauna. I do really genuinely believe.
Yeah, I genuinely, I think you're right. I think Shauna's going to get this. I'd like to see Shauna get this because 1, Irish division, but 2,
Irish division, yeah.
I want to know that Hannah's team is human.
Lucky enough, we might.
If any of us go against the playoffs or go against her in the playoffs, then it's at least achievable in some way.
Who was the team to beat Hannah this year? Who beat her? Can't even remember.
Was it Dell?
No, she smashed Dell last week.
What week was
it? It was someone in the Canadian division, obviously.
I'm just scrolling back here. Jesus Christ! Every week that
she beat John. She beat John.
Connor.
It was Connor. Fair play, Connor. We want to show a chink in the armor so far. Yeah, so we'll move on to
Family Bowl.
Family Bowl, Cousin Bowl, yeah. Jesus Christ, Mark is really favoured in this one. It's even worse than me and Rob last week. Did Rob have somebody in, somebody who's on injured or on the bye? He has a full team in there and all, and they're giving it 88%. I think Rob may enjoy your win from last week because I don't think it's coming this week.
Yeah,
he has been absolutely ravaged with injuries and buys this week. Got DMR out, Miles Sanders out, And then John Brown looks to be still injured. Marquise Brown's out. Justin Jefferson's on bye. Not great, Rob. Not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
Although Joe Mixon could be out, which doesn't look at Mike
That's
Davis.
true.
Great numbers.
He has nobody to flex in there. Oh no, he can move Earl Henderson up from the flex into the running back position then.
Yeah.
Again, Cooper Kupp or Tim Patrick. I like that Tim Patrick ad actually. I was thinking of putting in a request for him myself this week in the waivers. Been putting up some solid numbers for in Denver the last few games.
He has actually. He's putting in good numbers, very good numbers.
He's had a couple of back-to-back 100-yard games. Yeah, if AJ Brown, especially if he doesn't end up playing this week, Rob is royally hanged.
Yeah, because John Brown is not looking good as well.
Yeah.
Oof. Not great.
Yeah, I don't like Derek Carr against Tampa Bay either. I just don't like that at all.
Yeah, especially with what they did to Aaron Rodgers last week. That's
Yeah.
I think safe money's on Mark this week.
Yeah, I am expecting just taking rundowns through the teams. I like Ben the scoreboard and Derek Carr. Mixon if he plays. I fancy David Johnson probably just score more there than Joe Mixon. Lev Bell. Like I said, we don't know where that committee's going to look like yet. Mary Cooper against AJ Brown, that's pretty even. Chase Claypool. I'd probably give Rob the edge there, Chase Claypool against Deebo Samuel because New England's got such a good pass defense. Smith looks like he's going to be injured as well. I know he came out of the last week's game injured, so maybe he's back fit for this week or not.
Returned to full practice today.
Oh, that's a big boost for Rob then, so.
Yeah.
But then up against Travis Kelce, you can only have one person there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're leaning towards Mark as well there, yeah?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to call a big blowout win for Mark again this week because I called that last week and then he got beaten bad, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think he's definitely going to win relatively comfortably. I think it's going to be a very close match.
Mm.
Again, it's just real evenly matched.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I noted this as my game of the week, and I also called Hannah to be game of the week last week, and that was an absolute blowout. So maybe I just cursed every week with my games of the week. Maybe I just cursed them.
Baz has the unlucky thing that he's now going up against Alvin Kamara coming off a bye week, so he's going to be fit and healthy and ready to run.
Yeah, against that Carolina team as well, who've just been awful against the run.
Although he has DK Metcalf coming back from a bye week.
Yeah, that's it. Ronald Jones as well. Like, we all mocked him for that second round pick, but Ronald Jones has looked very good these last couple of weeks.
Definitely.
He gets Melvin Gordon back as well.
I don't know about Melvin Gordon. Especially after what he did. He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's an asshole, but actually,
he's an asshole, but he puts up good numbers.
It hurts me though because he was one of my boys. He had to be kicked out for driving under the influence. Yeah, but like we said, that how it would affect Kansas City with Lev Bell joining, but Philip Lindsay's now back and he looked very good last week. So he's probably going to eat into Melvin Gordon's touches. So
true, and I like OBJ against the Cincinnati defense. That's going to be a good one for him.
Devontae Adams, like a week from him against Houston. DK Metcalf is just fucking insane. Just an absolute fucking animal.
Travis Fulgham has been putting in he's probably the best numbers out of anyone in the Eagles.
I think he's the only person even fit enough to catch a ball in Philadelphia these last couple of weeks.
Fair.
But yeah, I don't have any regrets trading him. I got a good tight end out of it. I was never going to start him over Higgs, Godwin, or Lockett, so I flipped him for a tight end that I liked, so I'm not too worried about that trade.
Yeah, that makes sense. That it's good to have a consistent tight end. There's very few.
Yeah. Also, we didn't really note that. We should really kind of note that. There's also picked up Tua this week, so it's nice to see him get a team.
Yeah, it's sad though.
Yeah, it's sad for Fitzmagic. Yeah, he's been
Yeah,
absolutely used.
and especially like with some of the statements that he was talking about, like he was saying that it's like it's a big hit for him. He took it really personally, which is
Yeah.
it's not great to see.
Yeah, I felt even worse for him than after that. So I thought originally he might have been like in on the decision, and I let Tua just take over. I was listening to the ATN podcast, and your lad Henry Hodgson on it made a good point that Dolphins weren't going to really find out much about themselves as a team if like Fitzmagic takes them to 7-9 or 9-7. They're not going to really learn anything new.
Yeah,
By putting Tua in now, they're going to obviously learn what he's capable of these last couple of weeks. But
well,
it's not.
that's it. And like he's got to like Fitzmagic is great, but he's getting old. Whereas Tua's still young. He's like they can still put him in and get him the experience that he needs.
Yeah, in fact, he was the first quarterback.
He's 22. He's 7 years younger than me.
He's already made more money than all of us were going to make in the rest of our lives. Which is sad then, but yeah, let's not go off on too much of a tangent and get back to this matchup. But yeah, you know where I'm going here. I'm going all Irish. So I'm going Baz. I do like him this week.
Yeah. And like in fairness, like I didn't think Baz was having that good of a season, but he's 4-2. Like he's doing great.
Yeah.
2
games up.
I think it's going to be very close, but I think Baz will just scrape in.
So did you end up going an Irish sweep as well, did you? You picked against yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
The only one you picked against, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going a reverse Irish sweep this week. So our picks are pretty easy to remember for the ongoing right. See who's named the best Chris Bowl podcast for next season, who will have to call themselves the second best Chris Bowl podcast next year.
Yeah.
To be honest, can you remember who you picked last week?
No.
Yeah, me either. Probably have to go back. I think I went Rob, John, Michael, L, Mark, and then Connor. So I think I got 3-3 last week then, I guess. So yeah. Obviously I think the ATD podcast probably have a slight lead considering Michael got 6-0. Rob sent me his picks, but I can't remember what they were. But again, get your picks in before Sunday. Although I can imagine Michael's definitely going to go for another Canadian sweep again, so it shouldn't be that hard to remember.
He's overconfident in the Canadian League.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Canadian League are doing real well.
Yeah, that is, to be fair. So we wrap it up there then, will we?
Yeah.
Nice.
That sounds good to me.
Nice top podcast. Let you get back, get a bit of rest tonight before you're back on the road again tomorrow.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening.
Peace out.